What's up, my undying Urn Plants? This is Rob from A Gay Guy Plays, and as you can see, I kind of sort of did a thing. I was like heavily urged on stream, and you know what? I was in a great mood after my taxes, so I figured why not go ahead and splash out. Now, if I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I kind of regret it, but you know what? We are here now, so we might as well make the best out of the situation. Now, if I do seem a little bit out of it, I actually got home from work and then went ahead and leveled him and the weapons up, and then took a nap, and then promptly woke up and said, oh shit, I took too long a nap, and now we're here with what I sound like. So we're gonna kick things off by taking a look at Inaros Prime as well as the accessories that come with him. Then we'll jump into the simulacrum and take a look at the Panthera Prime and the Karyst Prime. I have put a couple forma into them, but like I said, it's fresh, it's new. I'm gonna call it a first look because I just got up from a nap. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the stats that got bumped from this, from the original Inaros. As you can see right here, the energy has jumped up from 150 to 187. The health has also got a little bit of an increase from 2,200 up to 2,300, and the sprint speed has also got a little bit of a nudge from 1.0 to 1.05. So that's always nice. Now, as you can see right here, the model. This is actually what sold me. I think that the model itself was very, very nice. Now, I don't know, I feel like the metallics are not quite as shiny as they normally are, but maybe that's because he's been a sarcophagus for so many years, and he does look a little bit dusty, but it's alright. The design in and of itself is more embracing of like the whole beetle motif, which I'm going to be honest with you, they should have kind of done in the first place instead of trying to make him look so pharaoh-esque, but I do love me the little kind of like hook horn that he's got over here. I love kind of like how this is turned into like scarab detailing, and he's got a scarab on his chest. It definitely makes it feel more pharaoh-y than they did with, you know, the nipples. And for anybody out there who is worried, he does have the toes. They've definitely accentuated the toes. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories that come along with them. And if I'm going to be honest with you, this is where all the regrets happen, because I was like, oh no, it was just not a me thing. So as you can see, it's called the Mit-Hack, something like that, armor, and I just don't love it. I get where it's coming from. It's very like Ankh-like, and it's very wrapped. I get the whole stylistic aspect of it, but a part of me is like, I don't know if I would use that on any of my other Warframes, which, you know, I should have had a little bit more discretion when it came down to picking it up, but if I'm gonna be completely honest with you, you know, I figure if we gonna go, you gonna go big because I like them big, right? So all in all, for me, this armor set is not necessarily the greatest. I don't even think it looks all that fantastic on him, which is already kind of like a big, like, when it comes to Prime Access. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the SANDR that comes with him. If I could actually remember the name. I wonder if I could just type in Inaros. Yeah, I can. There you go. It's the Karyst Prime SANDR. So, the one thing that I do have to caution you guys when it comes to these things, the armor sets on the side definitely do not like look right when you just copy attachment colors. So keep that in mind. Let's copy attachment colors for the SANDR to see if it looks better. Yeah, it does look better. So it's one of those weird things where, you know, sometimes you like the colors don't translate exactly on over. Here I actually don't think it looks as bad. I'm just not as excited about it as I initially was when I first saw it. You know what would have been cool? If they put like an energy effect in the little hole in the middle and made it like pulse or something. Give it a little bit of a zhuzh. I feel like it's kind of sort of boring. But you know what? Listen, they've done a whole lot worse. So that is what Inaros Prime is currently looking like. The model, I think, is absolutely fantastic. The SANDR is not a crime against nature like they've done in the past, and the armor set is a bit of a disappointment. But, you know, I don't know if I'm going to do a full dress to kill. I do want to point out one thing, though. If you picked up the Chroma Prime access, are you looking at this? Because if you're looking at this, I just want to point it out. Like, Inaros feels almost, no, I was going to say he feels almost like the new Chroma. But, he's like the new hot boy in town because of, like, all of the, what is it called? All of the Steel Pass shit that's going down. But, I mean, it's looking kind of good, right? It's looking kind of good. Let's go ahead and toss on the, because I was really jumping for joy when I actually saw how the Imugi looked on his feet. Look at that. It's a little bit off with this specific stance. So a part of me is like, it's fine, but I think it's still actually way better than the armor set that he's currently got on, just in my opinion. I also want to do this for those of you guys out there who are interested. I tried this out a little bit earlier, and I thought it was kind of, sort of fantastic. And I'm not even joking, like, in a funny hee-hee way. I'm kind of like, ooh, that might be the stance that I decide to use on him. But I think it might make some people a little bit angry. Wherefore art thou? Let's see. There you go. Right? He got a little bit of attitude. I'm kind of like, he looks right in that stance. I know some people are going to be mad about it, but I actually think it really fits him, right? I think it fits him. But we're going to go ahead and stick with Zephyr because it's too damn early in the morning for me to deal with people. So, let's go ahead and jump into the Simulacrum. And I am going to go the long way because I know that it upsets people. So, we're going to go ahead and jump in right here and take a look at the two new weapons, which of course is the Karyst Prime and the Panthera Prime. I do have to point out something. I've leveled them, but I have not personally gone through and tested them. I've looked at some notes about what they are capable of doing and all the little tidbits because, that Panthera is looking kind of weird. But I haven't actually gone through and seen their efficacy when it comes to testing them out there. However, I did do a little bit of stuff with them on the Steel Path. So a part of me is kind of like, they're probably not too bad. Panthera is Mastery rank 14, and I believe the Karyst is probably somewhere there as well. So let's go ahead and compare to the original and see exactly where it's got a boost before we jump into it. So as you can see right here, the accuracy has actually gone down a little bit. It's gone from 100% accuracy, well not 100%, but 100 points of accuracy down to 80. The critical chance has gone up by a little bit. The fire rate has also improved. The magazine has increased. The reload has slowed down a little bit, but the status has got a boost as well. Now, we do have a secondary radial attack here. I wonder if they've mentioned the radius, because from what I saw, the radius is actually pretty slow. Not slow, small. Basically, what ends up happening is there is a small radial attack that kind of emanates from where your saw blade hits the target or a surface. So you get a little bit off of that, but it can still also ricochet. So you've got all of this. So Panthera Prime, the max velocity saw launcher perfected, features a larger magazine, faster fire rate, and a radial slashing ricochet. So that's what they're calling it. Because in my mind, I'm like, how does are little bits of it flying out, but the rest of the disc is still ricocheting? How does that work? And then we've also got the damage for the secondary, and as many of you guys know, the secondary is, the iconic, chainsaw blade that's going out there. And I don't know why it's not showing, it's because they've transposed it. Ooh, DE hasn't done a greatest job of doing that, but as you can see, it does seem to have a slightly larger critical chance. Let's see, status that's slightly larger as well. So there's a little bit of that. Let's just go ahead and equip it and see exactly how it works. This is currently the build that I'm using on it. Again, like I said, it's about 3 in the morning, if not, closer to 4 now. So I just went ahead and tossed that together, and we'll see how that operates. Now, I have paused these heavy gunners for a reason. I should have done a Billy too. But let's just go ahead and see how this goes. One of the things that I loved about the Panthera is the fact that legitimately, it's so accurate. It's so accurate. You don't really get too much of a, recoil on it whatsoever. And I have to say, now I'm firing it like a semi-auto. I can completely hold it down. So let's try that again with doing that. But it's not half bad. It is not half bad at all. Oh, I gotta reload. It's not terrible. Is it the best? Is it the best on the planet? No. But you know what? I could probably tweak the build in maybe a future video or something. And I actually don't hate that. Let's try with a little bit of a bombard. Then I'm going to go ahead and show you guys with Kahora for a very specific reason. Because I wanted to show off how the radial attack functions. Because it is a very small... It is a very small radius. Let's see if I can find it in the stats again, because it's gonna bother me. I think it's a pretty low amount for the gun. See, there's the radial attack. It's 1.6, so it's a 1.6 meter range, which is not very much at all. Like, enemies have to basically be standing on top of each other in order to get that to happen. But when you pair that up with Miss Kahora, who is having a bit of a resurgence in the Steel Path, I'll tell you that right now. I will say that she actually kind of makes a great team with this, especially with the viral setup that I currently have, because of the fact that, you know, Venari can strip armor and is kind of sexy. I'm saying the Panthera Mastery Rank 14 is definitely feeling like a Mastery Rank 14 weapon. I'm kind of really liking it. Oh, I haven't done the chainsaw yet. Let's do the chainsaw. So let's take a look at how effective that is. I didn't see the distance on this. So let's see, 7 meters, 6 meters. We're at about 4. Let's do 5 meters. Yep, okay, so 5 meters is a thing. I'm scooching in a little bit closer. I mean, that's not bad. Is it the way that I'm probably going to end up using it? Maybe for shits and giggles, but I don't think that it's actually going to be the way that I use it in general. But it's nice to know that it functions. It's nice to know that it functions, right? Let's go ahead and toss on Miss Kahora real quick, so that you guys can see how cool this is. I think that it's actually a pretty cool little synergy. Whip them together. They got to be pretty close, but as you can see here, you can see the little ricochet damage that happens off of it. That's not like a full-on ricochet, you know what I mean? But it's like a little splash damage. You'd see bigger numbers if the actual ricochet went ahead and bounced and hit. I mean, we're here, we might as well. Poor guy. Just take him out completely. Boom. So that's basically how that works, and I'm actually very fond of that. Now, one of the things that I did want to go ahead and show off was the Karyst, because you know what? I kind of sort of loved it. I was looking at the stats and I was like, ooh, they gave the Karyst some love. They gave the Karyst some love. So let's take a look at the original and then go ahead and slap on the Prime variant. As you can see, the new version is slower, dropping to 2.667 from the original 7.50. Now, the blocking angle has increased. The critical chance has gone up from 10 to 24%. The critical multiplier has jumped up from 2.0 to 2.2 times. The range has increased. Listen, it's the little things that make me happy, right? Looks like the damage has also gotten a bit of a boost, but the status chance has gone from 26 up to 30%. Across the board, the damage has got a nice little jump in it. So let's go ahead and play with the Karyst a little bit, because it was feeling good to me. I'll be completely honest with you. So I might be terribly wrong, but I feel like it's pretty good. Like, it looks pretty good. Like, look at that. I have to say, I don't feel like that's too bad at all. Like, I like that. Like, that's good. I mean, the blade in and of itself doesn't necessarily look like it's the most effective with its little hook, but you know what? I'm not a knife spurt. So we'll go ahead and do that one more time. Actually, what's my favorite combo with this? Let's just go ahead and do this. It's got all the slash procs in the world too, which is very, very nice. And as you can see, I've built up a little bit of combo on this thing. And for those of you guys out there, I just use Naramon. that's all I really need in order to make shit work out here. And I have to say, the Karyst feels good too. The Karyst feels good too. So it's really just the accessories that are lacking in this Prime Access. But definitely the two weapons seem to be pretty damn good. Inaros Prime himself, the actual model for him, is really freaking good. So all in all, I'm happy, but I'm also kind of like, meh. Let me know how you guys feel about everything that you've seen down in the comments below. Are there certain things you're excited to try on these weapons? Any builds? Anything out there that you think that I should have slapped in? But literally, oh, I didn't even show you the Karyst Prime build. I'm terrible. I'm gonna try the new annotations things in the description box. We'll see if that actually works. But as you can see, that's the current build that I'm using. I know we're using Prime Pressure Point. We're in like, okay, Prime Pressure Point I love for upfront damage, but of course we're gonna be kind of like heading into the steel path, and that's the new place to play. So we might be tossing that out for something a little bit different, but for the sake of demonstration here, we'll just be using that. So that's what I'm currently using on its little combination condition overload. Oh my god, where is it? Oh my god, I'm crazy. Where is it? I'm crazy. What happened to me? I thought I had it in there the whole time. Oh, you know what it was? I tossed in... Rob made a boo-boo. We'll do a little bit of this. Let's retry that. We're gonna pretend we didn't see anything. It just gets better from here. Clearly, I still need one more on here. But, I put in... Okay. So when I was going over the build and like making sure that it was finalized, I had Berserker in there, and I didn't realize why I had Berserker in there, and I was like, why do I have Berserker in here? It's really, really weird. And I had Prime, and keep in mind that I had Prime Fury in already. So I had Prime Fury in, and, oh, this is even better now. Wow. Jizz in your pants, it's good. Yeah. But I think that in my Dreamy Haze, I meant to put in Blood Rush and not Berserker. And then I was like, what's Berserker doing here? Toss that, put in a different mod. Didn't realize that I had taken out Blood Rush. But anyway, now you got to see it with Blood Rush for everybody who actually stayed through till the very, very end. But yeah, let me know how you're feeling about these two weapons. Anything that you're excited to try on them. Let me know what you guys think about the accessories. Inaros Prime, are you all about that body yaddy yaddy? Let me know down in the comments below. Regardless, that about does it for me for now. And as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch your body. After you washed your goddamn hands, and hopefully you're wearing your mask too, okay? We're in the second wave now, kiddos.